Welcome to this episode of the Crazy Blind Tech Podcast.
Alright guys, welcome to another episode of... Are you kidding me? You just had to interrupt my intro by burping, didn't you?
Yes, I did. And I'm a guest on his podcast, and there's nothing he can do about it.
Well, first of all, you're not a guest, you're more of a co-host. Anyway...
Well, whatever I am, I'm something.
Yeah, you're definitely something, alright. And today, we're gonna be, recording a podcast on
close window.
an app called LoopBack, and it's made by Rogue Amoeba. Amoeba! No. Sorry, guys. In case you haven't realized already, these podcasts are not meant to be ultra professional.
No!
Hence why Crayton's distracted as all fuck right now.
Yes.
So I'm here with Crayton, and we are going to be showing you LoopBack. Anyway, and we're going to be showing you kind of how we have our things configured and how to use LoopBack.
Yes, because believe it or not, there is multiple ways to use it. There's not just one way that's perfect. Just like Disney. Ew.
What? Where did you come up with that one?
I don't know.
Mark, turn back up.
Okay, well,
Mark 42, volume.
that's
Actions available.
besides the point. Anywho. As I said, we're going to be recording on LoopBack, so let's open LoopBack.
In App Store, content is in the App Store. Finder, application, desk, caps lock on. LoopBack, application, LoopBack, caps lock off.
And mine keeps popping up
Done. Default
debugging,
button.
which it shouldn't. But
Now in
it
LoopBack,
does that.
headset
I
main
don't know.
device, headset slash internal, out of devices.
Anyways,
Device, in device, new source, menu, headset slash internal, out
Now,
of devices, full screen
Do
button.
you want me to show them how to get it? Because I bet you half of our listeners are going, "Hello guys, I don't know where to get LoopBack from."
Hello guys, I don't know where to get LoopBack from.
I'm a little
yes,
lost.
you can show
help me?
you can show them where to get it, and this is the same website you would get SoundSource, which is another program we showed you guys. This is the same place you can get it from. What did I just do? Hold on.
That was your other Mac.
Now in channel, team 5.6.2, enter server window, show link icon, checkbox. Team Finder, team Spotify, application, HTTC, the check window, toolbar, team 5. Finder. Team 5. Finder, application, desktop, open volume.
Okay, so anyway, that was not on purpose. Ow!
On.
Okay, so hopefully you guys have a web browser on your Mac and you're not stupid.
If you don't have a
And,
web browser, stop watching
If
this
you don't have a
podcast
web browser,
and go get a technician
Yeah.
because you broke your Mac. Because it should have a built-in web
Yes.
browser called Safari.
it should have a built-in web browser called Safari. So we're going to launch good old Safari here. And we're going to,
Safari, untype.
well, it already came up and I just stopped speech. But anyway, we're going to go down to my
Menu bar, out,
bookmarks
bookmarks.
and go to
Software
software companies. Yes,
Software.
I'm that organized. Actually, I'm not. If you could see my bookmarks and favorites and all the folders, I am not organized. So we're going to type in ROG, or R.
Titanium, Rogue vertical line.
Oh, it's already on it. I'm a typical blondie. Oops. Okay, let's go ahead and hit enter on this.
Rogue vertical line, audio software for macOS 10. Untitled window, toolbar. Rogue vertical line, audio software for macOS web content. Rogue audio software for macOS Edge.
Hey,
Hopefully you
it
can
would help
figure
if
out
I
how
slowed
Rogue
it
Amoeba
down.
spelled,
Rate, voice, rate,
because I
50,
don't know.
Debug full screen button.
Rogue
Actions available. This button also.
But
65,
let's
60%.
go ahead and go to the
Links menu.
link that says LoopBack.
No items in links. HTTP.
Oops.
No items in links. HTTP.
Come on.
LoopBack. 12 items.
There it is.
Loop.
and we'll just hit VO space.
Roganiba vertical line, https://roganiba.com/https://roganiba.com/.
And there it is. And we'll go to the link that says
Links met. Free download.
free download. And of course, you would hit VO space.
Download has started. LoopBack.zip.
And of course, because I'm smart, actually I'm not. I barely passed school, guys. Actually, I did pass school.
He's being stupid right now, guys. Sorry. Anyway,
If you guys are like me, some would have their Safari set to where it pops up with a save as dialog, just like IE8 used to. I'm sure
do
some
have
of you
that.
younger people might not remember that. but
I do
that
have it
enabled,
popped
but
up, just like his does.
I'm going to disable, or not disable that, hit cancel, make sure there's no
Show download.
downloads,
Down. LoopBack.zip.
and
Free
just
download.
delete that out of there. Out of my downloads.
It's basically you just
But
download it, copy
once
the
you get it-
.app and thing.
Yeah. Once you get it, I'll show you how to activate it.
Quit Safari. Empty dim scroll area. LoopBack.
How are you gonna
And of course, we're in
unactivate it?
LoopBack because I'm smart. Actually, I won't unactivate it, but let's go ahead. You know what? I should probably turn on sounds.
Sound young.
Because if not, I'm going to get a listener comment and be like, you should turn on sounds. Alright, well, let's go to the
And then
menu
it'd be
bar
like,
Apple.
and go to
You should have
LoopBack.
your sound
LoopBack menu.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I don't. So, deal with it. But I have them on now. So we're going to go down to the license
License ellipsis.
and hit enter.
License. LoopBack license. Window. 2 items. LoopBack has been unlocked. Heading level 2.
Of course, it's been unlocked by me. Okay.
Because it is his
I
key.
bought a key. Yes, because I bought a key for me and a whole bunch of friends of mine, and for
Not
any
a whole
of you
bunch,
listeners-
just a few, because we're not going to.
yeah, just a few of them.
And don't
The key's
be
not
going
made for
around.
listeners.
Don't be
Two
going
items.
around
LoopBack has-
asking for keys, because we're not giving it to you.
Because we're not giving them.
This copy of all trial limitations.
But even though the key is unlimited, but
Licensee.
what you would do
Thank you for your.
is
LoopBack.
I thank
Zoom.
Rogamoeba
Yeah.
for that.
It would allow you-
because then if the Mac
Yes.
gets
Close.
corrupted,
LoopBack.
you can use the key again. Thank you, Rogamoeba.
yes.
Hey, we just
So-
said thank you on a podcast, Rogamoeba. Can you give us
Yeah,
some
can you
apps?
sponsor us? Yeah, can you sponsor us, please? Anyway, actually, we're not asking for sponsors. I guess I better show
I
the
don't
way
want
that I do
sponsors,
things.
actually. I do not want sponsors because I don't
Yeah,
want to be thought as
No,
biased.
nobody should want sponsors in a podcast unless you're like stupidly professional. Although, if you're stupidly professional, then you obviously have something wrong.
And if you're stupidly
saying.
professional, you aren't us because we're not stupidly professional. We are weirdos.
We're
and-
not stupidly professional. In fact, look at the mic I'm using. Look what happens when you put your hand over it. See, it does that. Yeah, see, that's not professional.
No. And the way we're acting is not very professional either, and we don't really care.
No. Well, I better show the way that I use LoopBack because Ethan's
Yes.
is a little bit longer, even though it does work. But I'll show you how I use
Yours is longer,
LoopBack
by
in my
the way.
life.
Anyways,
How
yeah, I will mute while he does that and comment in on things, just like
Yes.
person does.
So what I will do
Delete devices list. New virtual.
is I will go down to new virtual device, hit VO space.
LoopBack audio. Content selected. Device name. Edit text.
Yeah, see device name. What should I call it? I think I'll call it stupid.
Selection replace. S.
Actually, you know what? I'll be more stupid and call it Fred. What was that? Anyway, that was a
My
car
echo light.
outside. Yes. Anyway, so we hit VO space and we're in a field and we typed in Fred.
Fred. Device name.
Did you mean
See?
bed light?
Fred.
Fred.
Yes, Fred. Okay. So we need to add sources. Now,
Did you mean
LoopBack
bedlight?
can be used in multiple different ways.
Messages. Now. Jasmine. Audio message.
Okay, and excuse the audio message.
New source.
It's about a
Menu.
group. But anyway, we're going to hit new source. Now, there's like, I'm just going to be real here, guys. If someone tells you that there's one way to use LoopBack, they're lying. Because there's not. There's
there's
more than one way
Quite
to
a
use
lot
it.
of ways to use LoopBack. A lot.
So, yes. So,
And
let's say I want to
thing
add...
is, in your
MacBook
case, you
Pro's
probably will be able to
microphone.
get it to
MacBook Pro
work for
microphone.
you because LoopBack is very, very, very powerful. It's easy to use,
Yes.
but still extremely powerful.
Yes, so I will add
And no,
my
I'm not
MacBook Pro
advertising for Rogue
microphone.
Amoeba. I am just saying what I think of LoopBack.
New source menu button. MacBook Pro microphone. Audio device source.
And there it is. So my MacBook Pro microphone, which is what the Mac that I have over here. See, it's a MacBook Pro. Do. Anyway,
Now, of course, you guys
Um,
can't hear that because that's not his input right now. But yeah.
no, it's not. So what I'll do
Fred. New source.
is
Add
Let's say
it,
we're
add
gonna
it,
add an
add the device to your main device so that they can hear what you're doing.
I will. I will here. So you want me to add?
Add Fred to
Okay, I think I.
your add
Oh,
a
to my
source
main.
to your main
device.
and add Fred. Yeah.
I will. Yeah, I'll do that after we're done configuring it. We got to configure Fred first. Right
yes.
now he's
Fred
kind
needs some configuring.
He's kind of naked. Yes,
So-
he's kind of naked looking. He needs configured. So let's add a couple apps.
Samsung Go. Samsung Go mic.
Let's
Samsung. Select application.
let's select an app,
Select application. Open. Can't list.
and we will add
Safari.
Safari.
LoopBack window. New source menu button.
Now,
Creates a new
let's
source.
say you add an app and it doesn't focus, which it did here. It added it, but it didn't focus. So what you can do is bring up your item chooser menu, VOI,
Item chooser menu 99 items.
and we'll type in SAF.
8 items. Safari device.
That is not it.
Safari application source.
That is it. So we'll hit return.
Safari applications.
And
What
we
I
will
usually do
interact.
is just scroll over
Safari.
to it because I'm stupid and I don't do things productively. But yeah.
And then we'll go to the options section.
Options section. In option.
And then we will hit this cute little button
Mute when capturing. Selected.
and we will unmute it. Bam.
That
Out of
way,
Safari.
if you don't have a monitor on your
Fred.
LoopBack device, basically what mute while capturing does is it will cut the application off, so you won't be able to hear it unless you have a monitor on your device. But if you uncheck that, then you will
That
still
is
be able to hear it
correct.
as well as it capturing it at the same time.
That is correct.
News.
So let's see, what other app should we add?
Team Talk. Finder.
Add music.
Let's add the Finder. I would, but I don't have like Apple Music or anything, so we're not going to add that.
Siri.
I don't have it activated. We'll add Siri.
New source menu button. com.apple.speech.speechsisd. Application source.
Okay, well, of course that gets added.
In. Options. Mute when capturing. Selected. Toggle button.
So there's multiple
what we'll
iterations
do-
of that. There's one for Siri, there's one for voiceover, and there's one for system speech.
Voiceover, and there's one for text to speech.
Yeah, it's really weird because they're
So,
all called the exact same thing.
Keep that in mind.
Yeah, it's extremely
Out of.
strange.
Yeah, keep that in mind. So we have Fred pretty much configured. Okay.
Fred's
So
not naked
now
anymore.
We're gonna go. No, he's not naked anymore. And see, Fred is he looks more manly.
New.
Let's go down to
Devices.
the devices list. Let's stop interacting with everything. Go over here,
In device.
and we will go to my
Zoom. Yeti with apps. USB headset. Team Talk. Samsung microphone with apps device.
this
You
one.
have a lot of audio devices. I
And
only have two
Devices.
set up.
Device.
I do
Devices. Lit. Device editor.
because I have a lot of microphones,
device.
and each of them are used for different purposes. Anyway, that's another podcast, by the way. And no, this is not an ASMR podcast. Listen, please. Anyway,
Okay, no.
yeah. So now we need to add
New source.
a new source, and we're gonna call this one
Fred.
Fred.
New source menu button. Fred.
And now
Virtual
Fred
device.
is added,
So,
so you guys
see?
can mute your Samsung. Mute your Samsung.
You can. Yes, let me do that here
Application.
quickly.
Team Talk 5 selected. Up window resize. Out. Inputs. Mute. Samsung Go mic. Mute.
Yeah, see, there's Samsung. I could easily do that through LoopBack, but I decided to do it this way.
Their sound source,
So
which
see?
we
I
have
have
showed
Fred.
before.
Unmute. Unmute. Samsung. Unmute. Samsung Go. Unmute. Samsung Go. Unmute. Samsung.
Ew.
I don't know what you're doing. But yeah, you can hear his internal mic, which he did add. And why don't you activate Siri and show
Oh
that.
yeah, why don't I
Messages, 2
activate
items.
Siri?
Messages, Jasmine,
Hey Siri, are you stupid?
That's not nice.
Yeah, anyway.
Messages.
For some reason, your Samsung mic came back when you were talking to Siri, and then it went away.
Yeah, I
again,
don't
but-
know why it did. Oh, I know why, because I have it set as the Siri microphone.
Ah,
It's using it.
so it whipped
So,
it back
that's
out
why,
of mute
yeah.
mode when it did that, yeah.
Yes.
And since
Yes.
you muted it through
But-
SoundSource, it did that.
Jasmine, iMessage. Application.
Yes. So what I'll do is go back into LoopBack
Channels 1.
and find
Virtual
Fred
device.
and delete him.
Delete. Amadeus Pro. Application output
You gotta
selected.
unmute your
Set the
Samsung.
default input. Unmute in. Unmute in.
And we'll do that. But literally,
20 items output channel 1 output team talk for Zoom Zoom for com.apple.speech.speec com in on switch.
we'll turn him off. But literally, that's my way of using LoopBack. Now we're going to
He
show
adds
you
all
another way.
His applications individually is basically how he does it. Now, I do it slightly differently. I actually do not root through LoopBack. I did use a pass-through device, and what a pass-through device will
It's 20
do...
hours. It's 8 o'clock.
Okay. What a pass-through device will do is let you send audio to your loopback device, and it'll just make your loopback device show up in outputs. So, for example, I have a pass-through device
Application. Sounds. Input. Output.
on
Select.
a thing here,
Voiceover drop. Built-in output. Headset. Meeting team. Headset/internal and system.
headset/internal and system, which I can send
Closing
my
menu.
audio to if I'm using my headset or my internal mic, and it will perfectly work. And I don't actually have to change my input, because what I did was I added headset/internal and system to my main device, so I don't have to switch my inputs all around. I only have to change what my output is in SoundSource, and then everything works instantly. But that's basically what pass-through does, is it makes it show up in the output section in output devices.
Yes.
Yes, that's what a pass-through will do. Now, the way I have mine configured, and I'll show you this.
In App Store. Content is empty. App Store.
Keep
Application.
opening
SoundSource
Launchpad
window.
when I'm in to open.
LoopBack. Application.
All right.
SoundSource has no windows.
Stupid.
Finder. Application. LoopBack. Minimize.
Alright.
Full screen. Devices. List. In devices. Main device.
So I only have
Headset/internal.
2 devices, main and headset/internal and system. But
Main device.
we're gonna go to main.
Out of device. New virtual device. New monitor. Headset/internal and system. Virtual
So
device
there's
source.
headset/internal and system virtual device source,
In.
and that's
On.
what I
Switch.
have added,
Out of.
so I don't have to switch my inputs.
New headset channel. Headset/USB audio. USB audio output channel. USB audio codec.
There's my mixer,
Yeti stereo microphone. Output channel. USB audio codec. Audio device source.
and of course there's a monitor in here, and that's USB audio codec, and that is so that I can monitor. If I use my Yeti, I can hear it in my headphones, which are actually connected to my mixer. So yeah, and then of course my
USB
Yeti.
audio output channel 2. Yeti stereo microphone channel 2. USB audio codec. Yeti stereo microphone channel 1. USB audio codec. USB audio headset/channels 1. Headset. New monitor. New output. New source. New output. USB audio. Yeti delete. Pod monitors. Yeti stereo microphone. Audio device
Right
source.
there.
In. On. So options. 6. In. Mute toggle button.
is
Mute the source.
also added, so I can even so there's that, and of
And
course
you can really
Out-
screw
out-
with people.
Devices list.
yes,
Headset/internal and system. Main. Headset/internal.
headset/internal and system. So in
Delete virtual
here
device. New device. Edit. New monitor. Built-in microphone. Audio
I
in.
have built-in
Off. Switch.
microphone, so I'll turn that on for a minute so you guys get to hear how that works. So you can hear me already, and I didn't change my input to headset/internal and system, because headset/internal and system is added to my main device, so I don't need to do that.
Source check on. Switch. Out of. Built-in channel. Built-in microphone. C media USB headphones. Set channel 1 to output channel
So
1.
here's C Media USB headphone set, which is what I connect my headphones through always, so as not to cause feedback issues, so that I can keep my internal mic turned off unless I'm actually using it, because otherwise if I unplug the headset cable that's plugged into the side of my computer, it will have a feedback loop.
C media output. C media USB pass-through channel. C media USB headphones set monitor. On. Switch. Details button. Out of C
So
media.
there's also a monitor of C Media USB headphone set, so again that I can hear what my computer is saying, because when you have a pass-through device, you need to have a monitor, otherwise you won't be able to hear the sound being sent to that pass-through.
Pass-through channel 2. Out. Delete button. C media USB headphones. Output channel 2 to C media. Delete. Pod monitors. Pass-through. Delete button. Pass-through.
And then of course
On.
here's the pass-through source.
Switch.
So that's basically how I have mine configured.
I don't have as many different USB devices as Crayton does. I do actually have one more thing added to my main device.
Main, out, device, new virtual, new.
And if
Stop
I can
device
get
editor,
it to come
device,
up
device,
here.
new monitor, headset slash intern, headset, check, heads, US, out, yeti, out, delete, hide,
I don't think it's actually here. Hold on, let me grab it.
Oh, yes. The LSP4.
Yep, and so this can connect and become a USB sound card. So, oops. I also have this added to my LoopBack device. So as soon as I plug it in and it starts working, if I can, let me make sure it's actually set to the right thing.
File menu. Record menu.
I will also be making a podcast on this device. Crayton also has an excellent video on his YouTube channel,
Display. Device menu.
Yes.
Memory select.
which is called Crayton Benner, by the way.
Memory. Format. Reset.
Yes.
USB. Bluetooth. USB connections. USB club. Storage. Composite. Composite set.
Composite.
USB connection set.
Alright, so now if I plug it in, I don't know if maybe I added this again yet, or if I didn't because I had to reset my LoopBack. So now it's added. Or so now it's
delete button,
plugged in. I don't think it's
main,
added.
new source menu button, select run, deemed, term, step, find, Siri, text, voice, audio control, built-in audio control,
So I can add
new
it.
source,
There we go. Now it's added. So
out, devices list, in devices, main device, main team type, out, device, new virtual device, delete virtual device, new device edit, new monitor, main, out of device editor, device, full screen, minimum, full devices list, in devices, main device, out, device, delete virtual device, new virtual, interact with it, stop, delete virtual, new device, new source, new monitor, built-in micro, built-in source channel, on,
So you can hear the audio is now coming from my Olympus recorder. And that is all done
That's
through
right.
LoopBack, so I can disconnect this and go straight back to my mixer without clicking anything on the computer, which I'll show you right now. So I'm going to pull the power.
notifications under application, disk not ejected properly, now eject LSP4 before disconnecting or turning off, actions available,
I forgot to do that. It doesn't matter though, because it wasn't doing anything with it.
and close,
And you can hear I'm
LoopBack
already
source
back on
channels
the
split.
mixer, and I didn't touch anything on the computer except for it going, disk not ejected properly. But now I can also plug the LSP4 back in again.
And it's back,
There it is.
just like
And we're
that.
back.
That is the power of LoopBack, guys.
notifications under application, disk not ejected properly,
Oh my
now
God.
eject
That's
LSP4
right.
before, close,
Go away. All right.
LoopBack application,
So
LoopBack
that's
source channels,
basically LoopBack,
list of source
guys.
channels,
And
Yes.
if you think the only ways to use it are the ways we showed in this episode, you are wrong. There are so many ways.
You're wrong, because there's too many of them. There's
So
there's
many
a
ways, so
couple
many
other ways to
applications
use
for
it.
LoopBack that we're not going to be able to name them all here because some other genius in the world is going to come up with
No.
is going to come up with another way of using
Some
it.
other genius is going to go, hey guys, you should use it this way, or use it that way.
Because when it comes to the tech community, everyone's smarter than you.
Yeah. So,
Crayton, you're going to have to show
That's
me where the
pretty much
stinking SD card slot on these dang LSP4s is at. Anyway,
I'll do that after we're done.
yeah.
options, source channels,
So that's it, guys.
Finder application, Amadeus Pro button.
We will see you in the next podcast. Bye. You gonna say bye?
Bye, kids.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Crazy Blind Tech Podcast.